Jey Uso just made a big reveal involving his father's involvement, so we'll see what's going on there. We'll also check out some big news for the Bloodline, Nikki Cross, and more, starting things off with Jey Uso. Ever since we saw the big moment of Jimmy Uso costing Jey Uso the undisputed Universal title, it instantly became a no-brainer that after spending their entire WWE careers together as a tag team, the singles feud between Jey and Jimmy was finally on its way of taking place. Some fans thought we'll see that long-awaited singles match in the weeks after SummerSlam, but almost instantly after SummerSlam, reports claimed that WWE was going to hold off on Jimmy Uso versus Jey Uso all the way until WrestleMania 40, and at the time of Jimmy's betrayal at SummerSlam, WrestleMania was around 8 to 9 months away. So WWE bought themselves some more time to delay that feud by splitting up the Usos and sending Jey Uso over to Raw as a single star, while Jimmy reverted back to being a Bloodline member and trying to win over Roman Reigns once again. And in the months since the Usos split, we've seen WWE do a few brief teases, standoffs, and confrontations between Jimmy and Jey. Jey came over once to SmackDown to attack Jimmy. Jimmy went over to Raw to successfully cost Jey and Cody the tag team titles, and so many more little moments like that to keep the story going, while also buying some more time to hold things off until WrestleMania 40. And with this week officially marking the start of WrestleMania season, the previously long 8 to 9 month wait of seeing Jimmy versus Jey is almost over. Their singles match is still expected to take place at WrestleMania 40, and on paper, it already looks like a masterpiece of a story and match. This isn't a singles match that's just in the making since last year's SummerSlam. This has been a match that you can say has been in the making of Jimmy and Jey's entire lives. A WrestleMania singles match against each other has been their childhood dream. So not only is it coming true, it's also coming attached with an amazing story to go with it. Jey Uso recently spoke with TNT Sports to talk about everything he envisions for the matchup and storyline with Jimmy Uso. He had this to say, quote, "I feel like me and my brother's angle would be different from the Bloodline Civil War angle going into WWE Money in the Bank 2023 because of the emotion part, the promo part, me and my brother, just us. Imagine the fire, imagine the emotion. If you saw it with Roman and you saw it with Sami Zayn, this would just be amplified 10 times more electric. I'm excited. I'm ready just to deliver it to the people. And I do want a main event. And I mean main event WrestleMania with my twin brother, man. In front of 100,000 people. Maybe I go on night 1 and Roman is night 2. Like, we still run it. Bloodline is still running this. Maybe a special referee. I think Pops has got one more little run in him. I feel like the time is now. We're just going to cross paths. It feels right. It feels good. I'm excited because it's in our reach right now, man. We can do this in Philadelphia in a couple of months. I'm just excited about what the possibilities are, man. As a fan, I'm excited." End quote. So Jey Uso is excited on every single level for this WrestleMania collision with Jimmy Uso. He's thrilled as a performer, as a fan, and as a twin brother. He's just excited in every way to be a part of it and deliver it to the fans who are also just as excited to see the match go down. The part of where Jey may be dreaming a bit too hard is the part of main eventing night 1 of WrestleMania 40. Yes, Jimmy versus Jey is still a very intense and important match that everyone is still extremely invested in. But it's going to be hard to try and take Seth Rollins and the World Heavyweight title out of that night 1 main event spot. That's going to be pretty impossible to pull off. But the one thing that's extremely possible that he mentioned was Rikishi's involvement in the storyline and feud. Jey went even as far to say that he fully thinks his father, Rikishi, does have another short run left in him, and no better time than to put on the one short run to use him than during a WrestleMania program featuring his sons. This is another one of those longtime popular fan theories that fans are still waiting to see take place. Fans have been talking about the idea of Rikishi getting involved in the Bloodlines matters on WWE television as one of the Bloodlines elders for the longest time now. Everyone figured that after witnessing the abuse and manipulation of the three sons from home, it would make sense storyline-wise for Rikishi to finally snap one day and decide to physically confront Roman Reigns on SmackDown for everything he's done to his sons over the years, or get involved there in some way and some fashion. Rikishi has even teased the idea of returning to WWE television to play a role in the Bloodline story on multiple occasions, but it's yet to take place. But a lot of fans, and now even Jey himself, feel like Rikishi will once again have another golden opportunity to make his return now during Jimmy vs. Jey. Even a few years back, Jimmy and Jey both said that their biggest dream match scenario has always been a WrestleMania singles match against each other, with their father Rikishi playing a role in the story or even being ringside. So telling by the way things are looking at right now, WWE has a chance to provide the Usos with every single detail they've ever dreamt of for the big WrestleMania dream match. It'll just be so great to see Rikishi play a role in the Usos story, and maybe even pay a visit to Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa to see what's going on with them as well. Over the past 4 years, Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman have made numerous mentions to the elder members of the family and how they're the ones who truly bless all the big decisions making for the family. But outside of one appearance from the Wild Samoans in 2020, the Bloodline elders physically appearing on television has been extremely rare to see. So it'll be great to see Rikishi appear in the elder role of the family to represent them and prove to the audience that the elders are watching closely. We know Roman Reigns mentally and physically torment his cousins, but Roman has always been pretty respectful towards the elders of the family. So it would be extremely fascinating to see how Roman interacts with Rikishi. Does he give him a bit of a cold shoulder for going down to SmackDown? Does he show him respect? Does he want nothing to do with him? There's just so much to do with Rikishi right now within the Bloodlines universe. The fans are really hoping we do get to see him one last short run. He doesn't have to get physical. He doesn't have to compete in matches. But even in a non-contact way, there's just so many different ways for him to get his hands on the story and push the narrative forward in that role. So hopefully one of the big-time WrestleMania season returns this year turns out to be Rikishi. The January 22nd edition of Raw featured the return of Nikki Cross. Nikki was seen lurking up and down, back and forth on the entrance ramp on Raw during Valhalla and Ivy Niles' match. Ever since Triple H took over, it became a frequent thing to see WWE advance multiple stories at once. We even saw it again the same night where Damage Control could be seen entering the building in the background of a segment, while something else was happening in front of the camera. Just things like that. The problem with the Nikki Cross situation is that she's been experiencing and entering these trances since October 2023, with absolutely no storyline advancements at all. She went through trances for a few weeks. Everyone thought it would lead towards a return, a new faction, or another advancement of some kind. But she instead disappeared, but now has reemerged doing the same thing. So fans don't really know what to think here with this situation. Is her story going to advance and pick up now that she's back? Or is there simply no payoff or story attached to Nikki Cross? That her new thing is just creeping around and there's nothing that deep hidden behind it? So the jury's still out on Nikki Cross's story and direction. So we'll see if this new return leads towards anything in the coming weeks or months. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.